as you start to go through this class, what a lot of you are going to experience as you go through some of the physical evolutions is it may bring stuff up. Like you may think about other things in your life. And I want you to be okay with that. I want you to be very comfortable going, that would be normal. And what I hope is that as you start to build some of the tools in this class, you'll think about applying them in different ways. That's really the reason I'm bringing all this up, because whenever we think about stamina, we think about spirit, one of the things I am going to continually emphasize to you is that you have a habitual place in your life where you give up. And that giving up spot is what we're trying to discover in a physical way. So this is a training class, all right? And so we're going to go, all right, what is my typical space? What is the typical heart rate? What's the typical respiratory distress? What's the typical level of fatigue that I'm feeling in my body where I normally would quit? And are there tools that would allow me to go a little bit longer? Just a little bit. And then as a result of all that, what's going to wind up in your head is a big question of, why would I do that? Because every time you confront a habit, what you eventually wind up confronting is, why do I want to improve on this habit? And that's really one of the biggest, probably, mental challenges of this entire approach. But it's really important to me, because we're going to talk about central and peripheral control of fatigue. And what we're learning more and more than anything else is that the central control of fatigue is the governing center. I mean, it's the brain, it's the threat neuromatrix, all the stuff you guys have already heard about. But one of the big questions is, what's your primary driver? Why is it important to you? Is there anything, and I get out just ask questions like this, because this is one of those classes where I'm going to ask a lot of deep, heavy stuff, just to make you think more than anything else. Is there something that in your life that you know you would be willing to endure virtually anything that you can imagine for? So one of the things that will challenge you, and again, taking this back to your clients, is often hard, because you have to figure out how to help them find that for themselves. Sometimes it's some digging that has to occur for people to actually understand why they're willing to go through things.